Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today we're going to be talking about Amatsu Mikaboshi from Shinto beliefs, or Japanese mythology if you prefer, and Ama no Kagaseo, brilliant male is his name, the august star of heaven. Later it gets the meaning pole star or Myoken, and eventually it's identified with Ama no Minakamushi, the central star lord of heaven and head god of the triad that came forth from chaos in the original sort of creation of the universe and creation in Japanese mythology. I've got a video I can link to that you can go off and see if you want more details on that. Unfortunately, Amatsu Mikaboshi is one of those gods that really doesn't show up that much in Japanese mythology. That said, I do have a story for you. So, when Izanagi decapitates Kagetsuchi for burning his mother, the blood on the sword, Totsuka no Tsurugi, splattered on some rocks and gave birth to certain deities, usually triads of deities, and gods came from the blood of different parts of the sword, and from near the bottom of the sword, Takamikazuchi was a triad that came from there. And the gods of Tagamagahara are deciding how to conquest Ashihara no Takasukuni, or the middle country in the terrestrial world. The gods Amaterasu and Takamusubi command the Takamikazuchi, or Itsu no Ohabara, heaven point blade extended, are to do this conquest on the god's behalf. The funny thing about Itsu no Ohabari is the fact that he's actually literally a sword with independent thought, and is actually Takamikazuchi's father, because yeah, it was the blood on him that birthed him, so he's given credit as the father, I guess. Don't ask me how that works, it just works. Anyways, Takamikazuchi is chosen for the conquest, and he arrives with a pal in Izumi. And he arrives with a pal in Izumo. I suppose the pal isn't that important depending on who it is, so that's probably the only time I'm going to reference him, but he sticks Totsuka no Tsurugi upside down on the crest of a wave and sits on it whilst demanding Okuninushi to release Izumi to him. In other words, give the country, the land, to him to rule it or whatever, the gods. But this guy's sitting on a wave on the sharp side of a sword whilst asking for this. Like, yeah, I'd probably give it to him too without much fuss, because that's exactly what Okuninushi does, essentially. Well, I'll just also make sure that I get my son's counsel, make sure I'm doing the 100% right thing right. Takamikazuchi goes along with that. So the first son is fishing, and upon meeting Takamikazuchi, he goes ahead and says, yeah, sure, take what you want. That's cool. And the next god decides to test Takamikazuchi. Takaminatakata is the name of the second son. He actually ends up having sort of a palm fist match with Takamikazuchi. So Takamikazuchi grabs his hand and crushes it like a reed, and it actually turns into an icicle. And then he crushes his hand again like a young reed. And at this point, the son sort of retreats and begs for his life in essence, and says that he'll exile himself and give the god the land. And everything seems hunky-dory from there. The second time he crushes the son's hand, it actually turns into a blade, a sword, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, he's pretty scared. I'd be scared too if someone crushed my hand and it turned into a sword or ice, so yeah. So fun fact, and actually the most interesting thing about this fight, is it's actually the first recorded sumo match. At least, it's the mythological explanation for sumo. So that's a thing. From there, he continues to go ahead and deal with some defiant gods. One of these defiant gods is a star god, Amatsu Mikaboshi, who fights until the end and is either taken out by Takamikazuchi or his companion. In this case, let's just say it was Takamikazuchi. Other than that, there really isn't that much said about Amatsu Mikaboshi, and most of that was about Takamikazuchi, if we're being honest. And just for the sake of closure, Takamikazuchi is a thunder god or storm god, just in case you were wondering as well. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I had on the god. I could talk about other media, but I won't. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave it a like. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. But until the next one, have yourselves a fantastic day. Don't forget to check out that other video on Japanese mythology and the creational myths if you haven't checked that out already. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye. Takeminatakata's Takamina